right, people. We are here with none other than Pokemaster, aka Chris. How's it going, my friend?
What's good, y'all? It's Pokemaster 88. Y'all can call me Chris. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you, my friend. You've been here in the BHDL since season one. You're one of the OGs. And I just kind of want to know, like, what is your story, my friend? Like, if you can go back when you started getting into Pokemon, like for me, it was X and Y, and I just started playing the game and fell in love with it. What's your story, my friend?
Man, I've been playing Pokemon a very long time, because I'm a 90s kid. But when it comes to the competitive scene, I want to say it was in like the beginning, maybe middle of Oris, where I started picking it up. Because I didn't know at the time, like EVs, natures, and having coverage options on your Pokemon. I didn't know none of that.
Oras was peak time, let me tell you what. I was training up so many Mons in that game. Of course, the PSS.
And honestly, the PSS was a handy little tool. You could just hop on and you can like literally get a random battle in like seconds. So nowadays
Yeah.
it's
What I would do is I would say, like, because you had a little chat bubble thing, and so I would put, like, looking for OU battle singles or something like that. And I would have that in the background. Meanwhile, I'm still breeding Pokemon for other teams, and then all of a sudden I'll get a notification, oops, someone wants to battle, let's do it. And then take a break from breeding, do some battles. I mean, what a beautiful service.
no, it was. And at the time, like I didn't know what an OU match was, a UU match was. So people like
Really?
I
So when
did
did you get
not
into
know.
Smogon then?
So it was definitely an Oris, but it took me a long time to catch on like to the lingo of like OU and UU because my little shtick was in Auras. When I first started learning how to play Pokemon, I was like 6v6, no legendaries, and people did not know what that meant. It's like, well, there's OU. And a lot of people didn't like, playing with no legendaries. I mean, at the time, I thought legendaries were overpowered. I didn't understand their value to the game. But
Right.
over time, I was like, if you can't beat them, join them. So I started using the more and more mythicals and legendary because they were allowed in OU. I just didn't know that. I thought every legendary was just Ubers. I'm like, what, you're cheating? You got a Latios on your team. But it's like, what?
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. There's some people today even that are like, how dare you use an Uxie, sir? It's like, come
how,
on, bro. Come on. Like, not every legendary is a box cover legendary. You know what I mean?
how dare you use an Uxie, right? And I was definitely one of those players starting out. But then, I originally started, looking for matches on Facebook, and that's when I started like learning how to play Mon. So I got to a point where I was like winning and dominating all the peeps on Facebook, and then I went into Discord and got humbled immediately.
Oh man, when did you join Discord? Were you on that? Was
Ooh.
that when you joined Battle Hub, or was that like before? Was there like other
This is way
servers?
more because
Ah,
Hub I actually joined. Uh, actually was in this generation
I think that's when most of the people joined was in Scarlet and Violet.
because I was on Discord, right? But I was just kind of floating around to like random servers. And then the name Pokemaster, that was like one of the first names I just typed into Discord. I never changed it. It's been the name.
Hey, I feel you there. I put Emerald Miner in when I was playing Minecraft, and then put it in when I played X and Y, and it's just stuck ever since.
It's just like one of those names it becomes synonymous who you are. So people are like, oh, why Pokemaster? Well, it's just the name I came up with. I'm thinking like Ash, he wants to be a Pokemon master, so why can't I be a Pokemon master?
That's the dream for all of us.
So yeah, it's just it never lost its cool, pretty so. And then so yeah,
So
when I
you
joined
joined Discord, and then you got humble, you say, but I'm guessing that all that experience probably allowed you to grow too, right?
oh yeah, man, because I thought I was really hot, like clapping cheeks on Facebook. I'm like, wow, I'm pretty good. I've only been playing for a few months. Got on
Uh,
Discord and totally different game, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so was this still in like Gen 6 or was this by this time was it like Gen 7 Sun and Moon Awesome or
It
like
was
Sword Shield?
this was definitely still in Gen 6.
Really?
By the
Wow.
time Sun and Moon came out, I was starting to find my footing. You know what I mean?
2016, yeah.
I was
2017.
starting to get good at the game, starting to learn about EVs and
Yeah.
uh, mons are tiered a certain way, and so when Gen 7 came out, that's when I really started to get the hang of everything. It was a very crazy time to learn Pokemon. Very, very unforgiving meta. You had like Ash, you had
Those
like
Ultra Beasts, you had the Zemus.
Battle Bond, Grin, Z-Moves, Megas, just
Oh
thrown
man.
into one
Battlebond
meta,
Grin.
and no one, is going to take the time and teach you the ropes. No, they like battle you, and you're gonna have to learn it the hard way.
Yeah. Were
Lost
you
after
watching any
lost.
like PokeTubers? Because for me, I mean, Shofu at first, and then Pokean were like my two biggest inspirations, and then Blunder and other people all there. That's where I learned a lot of my base knowledge for competitive Pokemon.
You know what's crazy? So I just found out about Pokemon like late Gen 8. So when I first started,
Really?
yeah, it's crazy. So like
You missed so much. I mean, I was there watching him since X and Y and Oras, and he had somebody like to the top series on Showdown and like laddering up. So all that was like wow. But you didn't get until Gen 8. That's crazy.
yeah, man, because Gen 8, I was so when I joined Discord and I was starting to learn about PokeTubers, I was one of the first PokeTubers I used to watch was Weedle Twinito. I don't know if you guys know him or not.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
he's a classic. They're a classic. I'll tell you what. I mean, the clips that they have are so funny of all the crazy battle clips. Although aren't they more doubles too for VGC? I know they do some single stuff too, but
I mean, at the time he was like, doing like OU, UU, RU smoke matches, NU smoke matches, and he would always bring like really heat out the box sets. So
yeah,
it was Weedle, 6 feet hacks. I was watching him really, really early.
I'm not sure if I've heard of them, but
Uh,
I mean, there's so
uh,
many.
it was Leo. Yeah, so 6 feet hacks, Leo, aka Leo, and then I was watching. I want to say it was Shofu,
Oh
but
yeah,
yeah, it
you
was either.
gotta get some Shofu in there. I mean, the Pokemon
Oh, and then
Cipher alone.
Viz. I was watching Viz too. I thought Viz
Oh,
was really good.
Fizz, yes.
So yeah, man, they got me. They got me started in competitive Wi-Fi singles because I used to join. I was part of the Viz servers, 6 feet hackers server, and then
Oh yeah.
Widow Tutorial server. So I was just getting just random small guy matches, and then Gen 8 still kind of floating around, right? I'm still in these random servers. Sometimes they're really, really active. Sometimes they just go completely dry for like days, and that one dude would pop in and ask for a battle, and then no one would respond
Right,
because it's
yeah.
so dead. So, and you fast forward to Gen 9, like early Gen 9, I seen Jack posting
Yeah.
videos and Wi-Fi content, and he would drop the link to the Discord in his description. So I clicked on it, hopped in, immediately started getting battles, and it's been home ever since.
Yeah, I will say when I was going back to get some footage of like my earliest Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles, I think we had a lot of battles back in the earliest Scarlet and Violet.
And I remember like one of my earliest Scarlet and Violet opponents was like you, Ambira, Jack, Brandon. Uh, yeah, man, it was always these cats looking for matches every single day. I remember Brandon like first starting out was, you could tell he was new, right? But you fast forward a couple years, it's like night and day.
I know, man. The way that he just completely immersed himself in draft is crazy, but I love to see his growth.
Yeah, because if you look at like season 1 where he because season one was his first league. That was my first league, and I
Yeah.
never been in draft before. So figuring out how to draft them on or how to draft a team and make it cohesive, and it wasn't easy, you know.
So let's back up a little bit because we were in the casual Wi-Fi battles in the Battle Hub, and then when does Battle Hub Draft League start? That was in like that was right around the home meta, right? So that would have been like in the summer of 2023, right?
Yeah, so it was weird. So I remember I was playing a Wi-Fi match with Bira, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm thinking about starting a league." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool," you know, because and he was like, "Oh, what do you think about being a part of it?" And I'm like, "Oh, that'd be cool. That's great. I've never done draft league, but I'm super excited because you know, draft is a little bit like you gotta be out. You gotta think outside the box. You know, not
Yep,
everything that's
absolutely.
you know normal according to Smogon. You know, because draft breaks the
Because you
rules.
gotta prep for your specific opponent.
So when he had that idea about making Battle Hub and he brought it together, and I thought the very first season was an amazing cast.
I agree. I still look back on that season fondly as one of the best.
And it's really because of BHDL where you know I even considered uploading like Wi-Fi matches or draft matches. So yeah, man, I owe a lot to BHDL and the guys in it.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was going for, like the origin of you like getting into the BHDL. Because I know for me, like I just remember seeing a notification in like leagues and stuff. Because before the BHDL, there was something called just the Battle Hub League that was started by Caddy, and this was back in Sword and Shield. So I honestly thought it was like a continuation of that, but then I find out it was like Peer Dude Adam. I was like, oh, this is cool. So I was like, oh, it's a bunch of cool guys. But I think really the magic of what like made me so interested and involved in BHDL is just like there was just something about seeing people that you knew from like casual battles and then seeing them interact in the draft battles. And then not only that, the fact that you've got a very good amount of people all uploading the content, and then you see them battle this week, and then you see them battle another person next week, and of course I know that happens with every draft league, but there was just something about it. Like it was so much more personal because like you already knew a lot of these people in casual battles. You know what I mean? Did you have that same feeling?
Oh, I did because I would, you know, like I said, play Brandon and Bira and all these different, even you, right?
Yeah.
And the casual smoke on singles. But then I would wonder, I'm like, okay, how do these people, including myself, translate over to draft? And it's a different beast. Like, you know, you could still be a good player, right, in Pokemon like, all together, but then still struggle in draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I think ever since I joined BHDL, it's been my first love ever since. I fell in love with the community, the group of guys that we have. It feels like it's a its own family, you know. It's like it doesn't really there's not a place that feels as special as BHDL because I've been other draft servers and it ain't got that brotherhood, man.
I know, it's just something about it. I don't know.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. So whenever I see like BHDL signups, I'm ready.
There we go. Yeah, so where do you see yourself in like the future? Because I will say, I mean, looking at the way the Pokemon trajectory is going, I mean, I don't know if you've heard my theories, but to me, it would seem like we can have Legend ZA comes out late 2025, like the usual November time. And then it seems to me that Gen 10, it would make sense for it to come out in late 2026. That would be the 30-year anniversary. They do the same thing that they did in Sun and Moon. You remember whenever they had all the events all throughout 2016 for all the mythicals and all the legendaries leading up to Gen 7 Sun and Moon? So in my mind, I just see us waiting around a while until we get a new game. You know what I mean?
No, and you know what? I'm patient, man. Like Like, I don't mind playing this game. Like, we've been playing Scarlet and Violet for what, 3 years now. I don't mind playing it for another 3 years. Sounds crazy,
Hey,
but by the time Gen 10 comes out, I already know I'm gonna enjoy it that much more because it's kind of crazy when I hear people tell me, "Oh, I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out." What? I mean, on Draft League is
really?
different.
You're ready to keep on going?
Yeah, I mean, Draft League is different, but I've heard people like, they'll put 100 hours into the game, be like, "I'm burnt out." I'm like, "Huh? You just
A
started."
hundred? Okay, I don't know about that. I mean, I think honestly, I think that Scarlet and Violet is gonna eclipse my all-time record for time spent in the game from X and Y at this rate. I
Oh,
think it's
dude,
almost about to.
like Scarlet and Violet is definitely the game I played the most. Like, most Pokemon games I max out the playtime or get close. But I mean, like even like the Nintendo, like the Switch, it'll keep track of your play hours. Like before Scarlet and Violet came out, like Sword and Shield, I was playing that game like 1,800 hours plus. But I already know, man. Like Scarlet and Violet, we already exceeded the 1,800 mark. We're probably getting like 2,000 plus hours. Who knows?
2000? I've never hit that myself. That's impressive.
I would actually have to.
I gotta get my numbers up.
I would actually have to see what my actual number is, but I played the the mess out this game. I think I'm
Yeah.
at like
Because that's the thing. I mean, like for us, like competitive players, especially like if we're like legitimately breeding our Pokemon, like we put invest a good amount of time into it. But for me, it's like our part was always fun. And same thing with the battles, and that's why I'll probably still be playing casual Wi-Fi battles. I want to get up to where my Scarlet and no, I mean, my Sword and Shield was, where I was over 200. I want to get to that in Scarlet and Violet, So I'll probably do some more casual battles in the battle hub. Maybe we can have some battles too. Um,
I pulled
but
up
just the way the
the
draft is, that's where I'm at.
I just pulled up my numbers on here. It says 3,200
3,000?
230 hours.
Jeez, brother, what are you doing? Are you shiny hunting? Are you?
It's either
Is it
shiny
just?
hunts, terror raids.
Oh, the terror rays, yeah.
I'm always picking up like feathers and like the little waters.
Oh yeah.
It's always those little monotonous tasks, but I don't know.
No,
I
no,
don't.
I love that stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, people look at it like it's a grind and it's annoying.
No,
It's
well, I don't know. Something about grind. I like the grinds personally, because it's rewarding after I finish it. You know what I mean?
and then this game is cool though too because it rewards you for your playtime, whether you're doing raids or shiny hunting or exploring. You're getting your value because it's whatever time you're putting in, you're getting something.
I've said that like Pokemon is probably one of the best um, games for in terms of getting your money's worth. You play that, you give that base $60. Of course, now we got to pay for the DLC too, but I mean, you'd still get so much out of it. It's crazy.
And that's the thing you say that because Pokemon for $40 you get thousands and thousands and
Yeah,
thousands of
that's how it was in X and Y and Oras, man. Yeah.
and then like you buy like a game like Zelda or something, beat the story and like never pick it up again. It's like, well,
Well, I will say, at least for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I've gotten a good amount of hours from replaying it. Although I will say it's probably only maybe a couple hundred. It's still nothing compared to Pokemon and Pokemon over the generations.
yeah, I played Zelda and Mario, but when I play those games, I probably get like 300 hours in on a high. Like that's like a high number. But then when you compare that to my Pokemon numbers,
Yeah. And the biggest thing with that too is the reason why we play Pokemon and continue to play is because we love the battles, and the battles have endless possibilities. There's so many Pokemon we could put on a team in so many different variations and different move sets that I mean, really, we could just keep on doing it.
and within the draft format, like the possibilities are endless. What you think you know about a Pokemon, look again, you might see something else. So it's a never ending lesson, right? Because everything that I know about Smogon, I just forget it in Draft League. It doesn't matter. It doesn't apply here.
Right. All right, my friend. I think that just about does it. Is there any other last minute comments you'd like to make about BHDL or the future of Pokemon?
Oh man, I'm really just happy, to be a part of BHDL. This is an amazing community, amazing group of guys. I think the commissioner team is amazing. Year after year, season after season, you know, the competition level just gets that much better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jin, not just I think season 5 is definitely one of the most competitive seasons we had in a while. Because we have new guys like Bura and DRVR, and then you had BHDO alumni like you and Bira, Squirt, myself. But it's great, bro. It really is.
Yeah. And just
And that's
think, like, I mean, we can keep this going for a long time. I mean, just wait till, like, my theory is, like, just wait till Gen 10 because the amount of, like, think in terms of, like, the base Battle Hub server. I mean, that thing went from, like, 100, 200 people to after BDSP and Scarlet and Violet, like, I don't know, it's like over 2,000 or something. So once we hit Gen 10, I'm thinking like these numbers are going to go up massive. I mean, that's when we're probably going to get 2 divisions or something like that. You know what I mean? In
and
the
that's what's
draft league.
and then the best part about new generations, like everybody's engaged in a new game, everybody's playing it, it's a good time
That's
when
the
Pokemon.
peak time.
Ooh man, it's nice. It's real nice.
Yeah.
But as far as like Pokemon and like the future, like I honestly don't see an end. I always told myself, as long as they keep making games, I probably won't stop playing.
I know. I used to always theorize with my buddy that got me into Pokemon. It's like, like how long are they? Like how many Pokemon are they going to get to? And I think we are like, I mean, we've hit over 1,000 at this point.
Oh, definitely. I don't know
But
the exact
even then,
number.
there's still the possibility for like they still have new forms. They seem to keep on wanting to make new Pokemon. They have made the concession where they can only put so many Pokemon into a game. But I think I'm okay with that because now we got Pokemon Champions. And so if we can just put all the Pokemon into there and base game can have whatever decks, but if we can put the national decks into champions, oof, that's where it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, when I saw Champions, it was really like it reminded me of like better looking Showdown.
Yeah,
Just try everything
like
right
Battle
there.
Revolution. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for, honestly. Like, even if it's not like Showdown where we can't like just make the EVs and IVs in there, it's fine. I'll just do it
That's good. Yeah.
in the game, transfer them over as long as I can battle with my megas and have the complete national decks. I'm good.
And if you can perhaps, transfer Mons out of there into the streamline games, like
Yeah.
the core games, like that'd be pretty cool. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't even know how much money they're gonna charge for champions. I'm hoping it's free. That's just me.
I, I don't know, buddy. That might be a big maybe on the iPhone. That's
I don't
crazy
know.
how they're gonna have you be able to have battles on your phone.
And I think it's cool though too because it gets a lot of the casual audience more access to Pokemon.
Yeah, I agree. I wonder how many casual fans are out there that would be into competitive if they just had a taste of it.
Yeah, I have a friend, man, and we talk Pokemon all the time, but he's not a competitive player at all. He shiny hunts, and if I ever need resources, I go and hit him up. So you got an ability patch? You got this and that? He'll shoot it to me because he didn't use them. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
he just has like hundreds of resources. He doesn't even know what he's sitting on. But if I
Wow,
ever
he's gonna
need
sit on a
some,
gold mine.
no, I need like a force for like raids
Oh
or
yeah.
BBQs or
See, that's
whatever
the
else.
beauty of Pokemon, though, is like there's a place for everybody. Like no matter what your play style is, you can always find something. And it's crazy to think like even just us in Scarlet and Violet, there's a whole other world of like TCG and now Pocket TCG and VGC and just all types of people.
Oh yeah, because there's really no wrong way to love Pokemon. You know what I mean? You can love the competitive scene, you can love just playing the story and meeting the new characters and seeing the new mons. You can jump into the other side and VGC is crazy, the TCG is crazy. They got their own community. It's like it's everything under one umbrella though. It's like I
Yeah.
would go to a TCG event. I don't know if I would play it personally myself, but as a Pokemon fan, I watch for sure.
I've been to a few VGC regionals. They're pretty fun, I will say, especially if you go with a friend. Um, but yeah, it's a lot.
I've always wanted to go and be a part of the festivities and get merchandise and meet new people. Like I've always wanted to do that. You know,
Yeah,
just but yeah, man, it's a great time to be a Pokemon fan.
indeed it
It's
is.
because
Yeah, and I think the thing too, it seems like we've got a lot of the older fans that are playing since Gen 1, and then there's still like newer fans that are coming up that have only played the more recent games, but we all still come together, you know what I mean?
yeah, and it's like a generational thing. Like as long as we've been playing, I'll play someone who is a newer player, and they'll teach me a thing or two. I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
it's you know, you're never immune to learning, regardless who you're.
It's all a learning game, and it seems like I'm always learning new stuff in Pokemon. Like just the other
And
day when I was building some sets, I was like, oh wait, this Pokemon gets that move? That's crazy.
it's usually in draft, right? When I figure these things
Yeah.
out,
Mm-hmm.
when you're playing the Smogon, you're not really looking at the moveset. You're just like, okay, this is standard, that's standard. You just kind of go with it. But in
Yeah.
draft, it's like,
And the
whoa,
interactions too. Like, did you know that? So let's say you have Galarian Wheezing, right? Neutralizing gas, and it neutralizes Baxcalibur's ability, so it can Will-O-Wisp it. But then, if you switch out, it at the thermal exchange kicks back in and actually heals the burn. It's crazy.
no way.
Yeah. So that's the
I
only the only type of thing that you would learn in draft. You would only learn it in draft.
that is crazy.
Yep. So
And I've even seen you run like cool things like you had a skill swap Mew to set hazards on a Hatterene. I'm like, that is
oh
pretty
yeah,
spicy.
on the Espeon, yeah. Because I want to get these hazards up, and I'm tired of them trying to stop me.
Or that one time when Ray had that comfy, oh no, it was a Meowstic that shut down Brandon's comfy.
That's just
I didn't
completely. What did it do? Like psychic noise, and
It's like
there was some
psychic
other
noise.
stuff on there.
Uh there was some other things on there, but the psychic noise was definitely a big one because that's its whole gimmick is draining kissing.
Might have been like Terra Fire or something, because maybe Brandon's was Terra Steel or something like that. I can't remember, but it
like
1v1'd it.
maybe Encore. It was a crazy set, and it's those type of interactions that you only get in Draft League, where it's like, dang, that's really cool, and it's just like finding
See,
a
that's
balance of
why
like,
I definitely want to stick around and definitely watch the game still and like analyze them. But for me, I just want to take a step back from battling, at least in
oh
draft.
yeah, man, because I think a healthy break, especially with things you love, is good.
Yeah,
Because you come back to these things, stronger. Your mind's more ready for the long haul. Because
yeah,
9 weeks
exactly. Because
is
I think
isn't
we're gonna be in this for the long haul, buddy. In Scarlet and Violet,
like
like this
yeah,
honestly might be the longest gen in terms of competitive.
and what's fun, like, and this is the first gen where I'm not as focused on Smogon. Like, past generations I was strictly just playing Smogon, but this gen it's opened my eyes up to like other ways to play Pokemon Draft League, or you could do Smogon, you could do VGC. It's just so many different ways to play the game, and
Yeah, absolutely.
so at the end of the day, I'm just very happy. I'm in no rush for Gen 10. I'm loving Scarlet and Violet, and the sooner we get Gen 10, the better. But until we do, I am happy with what we got.
All right, I love all the positivity, and this is great to hear. Keeps me motivated to keep on playing Pokemon.
Yeah, man, because a lot of people will talk harshly when a Pokemon game comes out. It's like, oh, it doesn't look like this. The trees look like that. The
I
water don't
still
look
don't
like this.
understand people that like you just stop with all that because honestly, like when you go back to Sword and Shield, like you just look at the quality of life improvements for the first like being able to breed Pokemon egg moves was so much easier. We had the mints, my guy. I mean, I had a shiny Pheromosa that was a relaxed nature that I could not use that I soft reset for 3 days. Guess what? In Sword and Shield now I can actually use it. There's just so many good things that people. Oh, there's a tree. I don't like that. Like, come on, dude.
It doesn't look real or whatever. But see, I'm a '90s kid. We played on a Game Boy, and
Like,
those
do they not
sprites,
remember what Pokemon used to look like?
right? You know what I mean? I don't understand. You saw those sprites in the '90s. I'm just so happy to be where we're at, and any any flaw. Because listen, the thing, when Pokemon nails it, they nail it. But when they miss the mark, you still gotta support the franchise. You know what I mean? When
Exactly.
people like, you gotta boycott it or whatever. Nah, anything made by a person is gonna have flaws, but you gotta support, you know, Pokemon. It's not going anywhere. It's just
No,
like,
they're gonna keep it trucking.
yeah. And the last thing I'm looking at when I buy a game, the last thing I'm looking at is how real does it look. I'm here for the gameplay. I'm here for the experience. I'm here for my money's worth. Because some games will look polished and amazing. You can see the sweat pores, all that, but then you get like 30 hours of story.
Yep.
So yeah, it's very hard for me to talk negative about Pokemon. It's really hard for me to do that.
Yeah, I agree with you on pretty much all points, my friend. I've got the same line of thinking as you. But yeah,
Because
this was a great conversation, my friend. Thank you. I think what I might just end up doing is splitting these up into individual, maybe instead of all together, because I have a feeling maybe all of them are probably going to go for 30 minutes or so. But this was great. This was fantastic.
oh yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on, man. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, man.
All right, sounds good. Pokemaster 88, y'all. I mean, he'll be there in the Battle Hub server. Challenge him to a battle. I'm sure he'd want to.
And I'm always welcoming all challengers. And yeah, if you beat me, great. I'm gonna want a rematch.
Yeah, he's gonna remember you. He's gonna come back with a
I'm
vengeance.
gonna remember. And that's the funny thing about me, man. When I lose games, I always remember who beats me. Whether it's in a draft game or a smuggling match, I always remember.
Saying I'm the same way.
Yeah, man. Like, and then when I see him around, I'm like, man, I played that dude before. He's pretty good. He beat me in this. Yeah, you never forget. You never forget.
Yep. All right, there we go. Thank you so much, Pokemaster. We'll see y'all next time.
All right.